All right, Duncan, welcome back to the film room.
Love it, excited to be here.
Duncan Robinson, right corner through, kaboom.
First of all, coming into this is, what's the footwork to get to the corner? Because you can turn and get to the rim too.
Yeah, first thing is just sort of reading how the defense is playing the action. They're actually really kind of staying at home. Sohan's kind of like bluffing like he's gonna be there. And then you can kind of see that Chetty's already kind of got his hips like I'm gonna go to the rim. So just trying to find space. One thing when I come off those handoffs out of the corner is I'm always looking at the corner to see if it's available. I always try to find space, and you might find it in different ways. In this case, it's sort of less of like a push dribble, more of a little bit of a step back, like a pound dribble step back. But yeah, just trying to get to space and get your feet underneath you and let it fly.
Do you think guys ever forget that you're 6'7" and like you actually do have quite a long step, so you can get there?
Yeah, I can cover a little bit of ground. What I lack in maybe foot speed, I do have some length. So, even though maybe it kind of appears to be a contested shot, I know I can get to some space.
I do like to believe you're a nice guy. However, this is about one of the meanest things I've seen in a really long time. So, what's the giveaway here that first initial fake is going to get him up?
Originally, I was open as Jaime was coming off. There was an action kind of going on. So the ball gets put on me a little bit later, but still, Sohan's in a closeout. So try to just make it a realistic fake and then, put the ball on the floor and kind of read and make a decision. In this case, I just kind of see him lunging out of control and throw a fake up there and hope that he's kind of takes himself out of the play.
Sohan jumping all over the place, and Robinson calmly knocks down another one.
Okay, there's a lot going on in this set here.
Robinson zigzags behind a Bam screen. Kaboom!
Before it starts, you guys are starting this action pretty far up above the three. Is that intentional, or is it just kind of how it's working out?
For this one, it's really just about Aaron Wiggins ends up sliding under the screen, and then we just flip it and go back the other way. It's really hard to go under two screens, and then Chet's sort of back in that kind of catch coverage and able to find a little bit of a window there.
So are you also just super dependent on Bam to see Wiggins get under and he's gonna twist? Otherwise that's like probably a foul the other way.
Most people are gonna try to go over my stuff, but if they do slide through, it's either I gotta shoot it or it's just right back to this flip action where he just flips it, and like I said, it's really hard to go under twice.
So last question here, at what point do you know you're shooting this ball?
Once I kind of feel and see that Wiggins is caught up in that screen, if Chet does take a step up or lunge up, a lot of times Bam has gotten so good at realizing and recognizing that he's then diving to the basket. I'm able to kind of get him on that short roll to create an advantage on the backside.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no, appreciate it. That was fun.